It's now time for your Who's with Whitney, and I am joined by Michelle Gomez. How are you?
Hi, Whitney. Thank you for having me here today.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you to share about what is going on with fashion in Chicago, because you wear many different hats. But one thing that you do is you produce fashion shows, which fascinates me because there's so many different elements that goes into that. So tell us what the fashion is looking like for Chicago.
Yeah, I produce the Chicago Fashion Fest, and I collaborate with different designers here in Chicago and try to bring everybody together with local boutiques and bringing exposure and awareness to what's local here in the neighborhoods.
How important is that? Because I know New York has their Fashion Week, and Chicago has in the past had Fashion Week, but how important is it to keep it local?
It's important to keep it local here because we want to keep our young designers and upcoming talent here in Chicago as well. We don't want them seeking to leave here to go to other cities. There's a lot of great talent here in Chicago, and always looking for opportunities to help them keep going here.
To grow and stay here. So producing a fashion show, people usually see the outcome is people are walking down the runway, there's people watching, woo, I love the outfits. But what really goes into it? I mean, how many months in advance do you start working on that?
The actual festival, it's one of my largest productions. We take about 6 months of planning, constant planning, 6 months. It's a year-round event that we're planning for, but it's 6 months of really gathering people, scouting out models and talent, from hair and makeup to the designers. So
speaking of local and staying local models too?
Yes, all local models. We usually do a casting call to invite girls to come in and men as well to model. And we do it that way. We don't really go through an agency most of the time.
Right.
But we try to give everybody an opportunity to showcase themselves.
That is so cool. I can't even imagine. I would love to come to one of those castings just for fun and see how it would go. Because, do all sorts come out, or is it mainly like
we
real
get a little
models?
bit of everything. Yeah, no, we've done petite models. We've done your regular size model type, and then also we've done plus size models.
That's awesome. That is great. That is so cool. So Fashion Fest happens yearly. How do you, the designers, do people submit for that? How do you go about that process?
Yes, usually we do a designer casting call as well, and we always get a really good response. I also work closely with the Wicker Park Chamber and the West Town Chamber, and we get a lot of talent from our neighborhood as well.
And I don't want to rub any salt in the wound, but funding for Chicago's Fashion Week was cut. What does that look like for this year?
I think now a lot of us that are still producing fashion shows, we're going to start brainstorming as of now to see how we could save that week and still have our Chicago Fashion Week here as well.
Yeah, I think it's so important to keep it, like you said, local, because we don't want to train people and then have them just run off and leave, so it's important to keep it local. No matter what city you're in, it's important to keep it local.
Yes.
Okay, well, where can people find out more about you?
ChicagoFashionFest.com.
ChicagoFashionFest.com. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Who's next?
For more information, check out WhitneyReynolds.com or get social with us. Twitter @WhitneyReynolds or on Facebook, The Whitney Reynolds Show.